add more years for me to die earlier. So please, can you correct it for us? It's I'm just addressing it, but if anyone has seen it, I don't think that was the only thing they said. It was 51 years old and then something again, you know. But I've had a lot of it that I'm beginning to accept it. That, you know, I will go sit down and have an interview, I'll say one thing and then they turn it like this and turn it like this. So it's really a lot of demo craziness, should I say? Demo craziness instead of demonstration, democracy. It must be demonstration of craziness. But please, a lot of things that maybe we are requiring that, you know, EC should not take it very lightly. The nation has respected an organization of such caliber. And please, reputation, or your reputation, lives longer than you. Don't let something that has been around for over 5-6 decades end up being dissolved to be built again, which I foresee with a lot of media companies, that they might be bought to be rebuilt or they have to be dissolved because it's way politicized. You can't do anything with it very soon. It will just be, every information will be misleading, especially for the Gen Zs and the millennials who are coming that can get pure facts from the internet, from social media. You know, you are traditional media, please join us. Okay, join us on the journey. Thank you very much. Etimi atiasiebi. Enche bia ena emebunu mu okrom nyina yetu anamo se epensan ye bi okrom ha sei. Ye shas ye no yehu se Ghana nankasa no is controlled by a duopoly. Now akoso sa for 32 years. And to this very moment is historic. It's a revolution. Because no bia embe tunjinae emma sa abai mienu we enhu se de competition no omonya ntina first no moche but se na ntisa na wo hwe ne ekoso a I can see that this not just discrimination, but we're also being cheated, undermined, and restricted. We have managed to put together almost 40,000 polling agents, only to find out that we have to write a letter for every single one of them, 40,000 people, in a space of 48 hours before we get accreditations. And people are going to the regional EC offices and picking up their accreditations without a letter. So we're now confused that who are going to be our polling agents if we have to wait to write letters again to confirm everybody and send passport pictures. It's not 1 week and it's not 2 weeks. So it looks like we're getting the message. Now, why are we telling the public? It's because we want Ghanaians to understand that we Ghanaians are being taken for granted for the sake of the parties that govern this country and all the governmental institutions that are standing behind these politicians. See, the time has come that we have to accept that democracy is supposed to be practiced over your own human rights. And so if there are 3 or 13 candidates, presidential candidates, then we should deal with 13 people. We should not deal with 2 and the 11 become substitutes, which I can boldly say that a lot of the parties and the independent candidates on the list probably already work as a sub-politicians for these 2 duopoly. But they might not have the courage to say, I'm saying it. So they might not be as worried as we are now for working so hard and putting 554 people together, 30-something thousand people who are going to be polling agents to be able to protect whatever votes that Ghanaians give to us. And then you all of a sudden bring restrictions to stop us from doing that. That is not democracy. That's why we are calling for this press conference with the media. And I want to say that I'm very grateful that just by calling, everybody is here. It's 48 hours for this vote to start. And that is the final section. of our elections. I call for peace, understanding, and respect for humanity, which I said this in the balloting room the first time. So if in front of the cameras in the EC balloting room, people are exchanging numbers to become whatever 7 and 3 and 4 and 8, then how serious are we as a country that in the polling room, these guys or these people are going to be very clean as democracy is supposed to be? My point is very simple. If we don't practice the transparency of us dealing with each other and understanding why we're governed by politics with these conditions, then we would always be ruled by some superpowers that we don't know about. And I don't think someone with foreign influence should be controlling our leaders who have probably been made or trained to be puppets to control our destiny. And I also don't think the system, which is the government, should only listen to politicians to decide. Or this thing is becoming serious because my experience is less than 1 year in the political industry. And I can tell everybody for a fact here that African politics is dead and doomed. It needs to be resurrected because the media works for politicians. The government works for politicians. The people, they all work for politicians. They sell their thumbs for votes. The media sell all their air spaces for politicians. They're scared because they can't say anything good. You go and sit down and talk for 1 good hour and share 12 pillars that can help this country to be rebuilt again, and the media is just finding something little to turn your whole character upside down because some politician is instructing them to do so. Well, I know that this very elections is bringing a change, and nothing is going to stop that. So on that note, I am asking Ghanaians that they have left me in a very lame position, that if I say I will still mobilize my 37,800 people and try and get them accreditations and this and that, I won't be able to. But I'm going to ask Ghanaians that since they're giving the accreditation to people, the people who are going to volunteer for New Force, God bless your souls to help us to be our polling agents, whether we have to pay you or you want to do it for your country or for your nation. We just need people who can stand for the truth, people who can stand for what is right, people who can stand for the country and for the nation, because we all have one purpose, and that one purpose is for us to survive on our own lands where we were born. We have nowhere else to take as a country, and I want Ghanaians to wake up. You might be happy with what is happening, but very soon or sooner than later, it might affect us. And if not us, it will affect our children. The truth will always set us free, and it would always lead us to success. Currently, our leadership is biased. So until we get up and start to straighten ourselves, we should remember and we should start looking for solutions for 1,000 more problems that is coming to us as a nation. But as for me, I have sacrificed myself to the nation. My business is not as important to me today than your business and how you're going to find a job and how you're going to live in a country with a better economy and how your child should be secured and how you will be in Ghana without somebody coming from outside Ghana to govern you. You should have your own rights. I'd like to say thank you very much, Ghana. Maybe I should use this opportunity to thank all Ghanaians for supporting me throughout the time that we've been campaigning. And I know that you can see what we have done. Truly, we haven't paid anyone, and we will not pay anyone or bribe anyone to do anything whatsoever for us in voting. If you want to vote for change, a change that is new change, go ahead and do so. If you want to vote
because you've been paid for to do so, that's your own prerogative and your own priority. You can go ahead and do so. But one thing I'm asking Ghanaians not to do is that we shouldn't go all the way to destroy ourselves. You know, we should rather believe that whatever elections that we're going through is going to build us as a new Ghana and as a new nation. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'll take some questions. And you're holding 350, and it's less than 48 hours for us to vote. But think about, even if you're going to distribute this to the constituencies, that's 276 constituencies around Ghana. So if you gave it to me in the next 24 hours, how do you want me to smoothly do this? That's one. But you're still holding the 200, and it looks like you either have to pay money to get it expedited, or someone might have a personal interest. But that's one side. This constituency executives that are responsible to also check the ballots and the votes, I don't think they had the same system just the past election. It was probably from the polling station to, and I stand to be corrected, to either the region and the national. But now they've inserted the constituencies. So a lot of things have changed in 4 years in this country. And as much as we're still standing here by parties, we're not standing by the humans and the citizens of this country as the nation and as a country. Because if we were, then we will understand that there are certain things that have been changed, and it's affecting how politics should turn out. Because to insert that, you first of all need to let Ghanaians understand that this is what we're changing things to be. And it looks like it has to go through some kind of voting or vetting process. I mean, you guys saw what I was standing for and fighting for this year, that to continue registering the youth. But they only gave 20 days for anyone that would turn 18 this year to register. 20 days, not even 3 weeks, 20 days. So if someone turned 18 in June, they have to wait for 4 years to become 22 before they can practice democracy for the first time. When democracy is the foundation of this country, what are you doing to your people by restricting them that hard? Like, you're supposed to educate them. If we want to practice democracy in Ghana, we have to educate the children of Ghana, because they're going to be the future of democracy. They will be the voters. They will be our leaders. They will be our business entrepreneurs. They will help this country's economy to be built, because we're investing in them today, educating them, but we're restricting them about what we do, which is the tribalistic behavior and misconductiveness that has affected our growth in this country. Everyone's father would die and leave them something, but everyone's child doesn't know how their father acquired what they left them, so they just squander it. Of course, what do you expect? If you leave millions for a child that doesn't understand how millions are built or how that wealth is created, they will only find a way to spend it and not invest it. It's happened in our homes, now it's happening in our political world. And that's what I'm standing for right now, trying to make the average Ghanaian understand that if whatever parties that we're depending on today, if they love us that much as a country, and they love the citizens of this country, then they should give us the room to be a part of governance and leadership, so we can understand the economy that we live within, so we can understand the politics that we are playing, so we can understand the leaders that we're voting for.
We can't actually tell them that we love each other.